What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And congratulations, of course, to the Milwaukee Bucks for going on to win the NBA championship this year. Shout out to Giannis Antetokounmpo for staying with his home team that drafted him and ended up winning a championship in a small market, which is just something that doesn't happen a whole lot in today's NBA. Obviously, a lot of players are moving around and stuff, but Giannis stayed loyal. He brought a championship home to Milwaukee, and you can't be mad at him for that. And in fact, we gotta be happy for him. We gotta be very, very proud of him. With that being said, this will be the last offseason realistic rebuild of the series. We've done all 30 teams now after we've done the Milwaukee Bucks. So if you've missed any and want to go watch any of them, there is going to be a playlist on the channel with all 30 teams. So make sure you guys check it out. We did a Suns one, I think, on like Monday or Tuesday because I kind of pictured the the Bucks would close out in Game 6. So I kind of wanted to get the Suns one out of the way, and I wanted to do the Bucks one right after they won the championship. Crazy part is, though, I can't wait to see Damian Lillard do this next year with the Portland Trailblazers. Anyways, guys, this one should be a relatively simple rebuild. Obviously, the Bucks don't have a whole lot of cap flexibility. They just came off a championship, and there's not a whole lot we can do, but it's still going to be fun to rebuild them anyway. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. Of course, subscribe if you haven't already, but let's go ahead and jump into this Milwaukee Bucks offseason realistic rebuild, my friends. I want to first start out with the staff signing because we've already went over it, but I mean, a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, obviously, including myself, have been kind of calling for Mike Budenholzer's head, saying he's just not the guy, like he needs to be fired. But they just won a championship, and he honestly made a lot of good adjustments in the NBA Finals and against the Brooklyn Nets. He made all the necessary adjustments he needed to, especially in the NBA Finals. He started playing his guys more minutes, and then just a lot more things that he did that just helped them obviously win a championship. You don't fire a head coach right after you win a championship. So Mike Budenholzer probably not going anywhere this offseason. I'm not saying he's 1000% safe for the whole future, but I know a lot of people, including myself, if the Bucks would have lost in the playoffs, I think he would have been gone. But fortunately for Mike Budenholzer, they did win a championship, so I don't see him going anywhere. I think he'll be here, obviously, for the time being. And then, other than that, I don't think we had a draft pick. I guess we had a second rounder, so we can go ahead and draft Garrison Brooks and be cool with that. Player options, though, of course, Bobby Portis is going to accept, or decline, I should say. And then, obviously, Bobby Portis has a big decision on his hands. I don't think we have his bird rights. I don't. To be honest, I don't know if the Bucks can re-sign him, and if they can, I don't think they can pay him that much. So I might be wrong on that. I might be totally wrong on that. But let me go check to see if we even have his bird rights. Then I'll kind of just say, oh well, never mind. I guess we were able to sign him back. So bird rights, no, we didn't have it. I figured we weren't going to have his bird rights because he only signed a 1-year player option. So that means he's probably gonna ask for a lot of money, and obviously he's kind of earned that. He's wants 17 million, so we cannot pay him that much. So for Bobby Portis, obviously, it's kind of a decision on him. So you could take the mid-level from the Bucks and stay loyal to a team that made you happy. He did talk about how happy he was with Milwaukee. So that could be a thing. Or he could go get paid because obviously the guy played very, very well. And there could be a team out there that might, pay him 12 to 15 million or whatever to be a starter / bench player or whatever it may be. So I don't think the Bucks can pay him that much. I might be wrong on that. But I would love to get him, but unfortunately it's just not going to happen. So in 2K, it's not going to happen. I thought, I kind of posted yesterday, I said Bobby Portis is a must re-sign for the Milwaukee Bucks. He was huge for them in the playoffs, even off the bench this year, obviously he had a huge Game 6 for them. It's just like very imperative that they try to keep this guy. I just don't know if they're going to be able to. Like I said, I'm not sure Milwaukee can pay him that much. And, he could go get paid somewhere else. Unless we wanted to stay, which I could see a world where he wanted to stay Milwaukee. He takes the mid-level just because he had a lot of fun in Milwaukee, obviously. So I'll offer it to him, but I'm sure he's going to decline it. Yeah, he declined it. So, yeah. So, honestly, unfortunately, we can't get, Bobby Portis back, which would have been huge. But if I'm wrong, guys, and the Bucks actually have his bird rights, let me know down in the comment section below. But I don't think they do. But so with that all being said, obviously DiVincenzo missing the postseason for them did suck as well. But like the Bucks don't have a lot of flexibility because they set they trade for Drew Holiday. So for us, it's literally just basically trying to get a good bench again. Like Bobby Portis not coming here, not coming back would be very unfortunate. But I don't know, man. A part of me tells me that Bobby Portis was so happy playing here. He talked about how depressed he was in that post-game interview, and then coming to Milwaukee helped him out a lot. So there's a part of me that thinks Bobby Portis would take a mid-level to stay with Milwaukee, but there's also another part of me that could see him saying, hey, I can go get paid somewhere else. So I don't know what I want to do with that. But I mean, we obviously need to sign some free agents. So Brent Forbes was a free agent, and he was pretty good at times for them. So I'm probably gonna re-sign him just because, you know, he's our only player that we could really re-sign who's gonna be at least interesting. Jeff Teague also could be, you know, interesting, but he goes down overall quite a bit, so I don't know how helpful he would be. So George Hill, TJ McConnell, Isaiah Thomas. We grabbed, you know, TJ McConnell, who is a very solid backup point guard. Now we could do that. So TJ McConnell and Bryn Forbes might be our first 2 signings, and then other than that, Bobby Portis, is he still a free agent is the question at hand. Yes, he is. He has not gotten an offer yet. Not gotten a single offer yet. So I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I don't want to, you know, force his way back to Milwaukee, but there's just a huge part of me that thinks he would come back. But I can't say that, you know, 1000% sure. So other than that, man, the bench is going to be kind of bad because, yeah, it's not going to be that great. So we can sign Jeff Teague back, I guess. I don't know, man. It's not gonna be that good. Obviously, not getting Bobby Portis is gonna be very unfortunate, but because we don't have really the money to sign anyone else. So I don't know, man. I think since you know, Milwaukee's very limited, I think I'm gonna keep Bobby Portis. I'm gonna try to make a way to keep him just because, like I said, I could see a world where he does take that mid-level. If you guys don't agree and think he's gonna go get paid, I can kind of understand that as well. But I think I'm gonna force him back to Milwaukee. He's gonna take that mid-level, you know, maybe for 3 years, 2 years, whatever it may be. You know, come back for maybe 1 year or whatever it may be, and I'm gonna make him come to Milwaukee just because we suck. Our bench sucks. So let me go ahead at least get Bobby Portis back, and then we'll get ready for this first season. Obviously, you know, trying to win another one. Milwaukee, but he's just kind of sitting in free agency right now, and no one signed him, so I can't really trade him back here. And he, you know, no one has cap space to, you know, give him his 15 billion that he wants. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to get Bobby Portis in this video, which is really annoying because I really wanted him back. But regardless, outside of Bobby Portis, this is what our rotation is looking like. So Drew Holiday, DiVincenzo, Middleton, Giannis, Brook Lopez, TJ McConnell, Dwayne Dedmon, Bryn Forbes, and Jordan Nwora. So yeah, I mean, obviously not the greatest rotation in the world. You know, a move still could be made in this video, whether it's, you know, Brook Lopez eventually, just because he will go down in overall eventually. Whether we trade TJ McConnell, who we just signed, or whatever it may be, we'll definitely probably making a move. Obviously, I expect to be a playoff team still. But for now, I think we're just going to go ahead and simulate to either the trade deadline or to the offseason or to the, you know, playoffs, and just kind of feel it out. Kind of depends on how it goes, and then I'll make a move depending on how things go. If we are, I'll just kind of feel it out, I think. I don't know what it's going to be. You know, I don't know what it's going to take for me to make some kind of trade. But if we, you know, feel like we should make one, I will do that. Simulation wasn't the best to us. We were only the 6th seed. We went 45 and 37 or something like that. Giannis wins Defensive Player of the Year, but you know, obviously it wasn't that good. 45 and 37 isn't, you know, something I expect Milwaukee to do. Player stats, if we go look at player stats correctly, you know, 20 from Chris Middleton, 17 from Drew Holiday, 11 from DiVincenzo, 9 from Brook Lopez, and then 9 from Jordan Nwora. So that's cool and all. Playing the Atlanta Hawks, and Atlanta, obviously, it will be, you know, they could beat us here. They're pretty good in 2K, so let's just go ahead and simulate current round and kind of see what happens, as they're up 3-1 on us, and they're going to beat us in 7. So we end up losing to Atlanta Hawks, which I don't think would happen necessarily, but Los Angeles Lakers go on to win the championship. So unfortunately, 2K is not very fond of the Bucks, which, as you can tell, is just kind of apparent because we lost in the first round. So let's go to the draft lottery. And for the draft lottery, we have literally no picks, obviously. Do we even have a first round of this draft? We do. Yes, 21st. We have number 21. Staff signing Mike Budenholzer. I mean, I think this is like, you know, where he could be fired if the Bucks lost in, you know, round 1. But at the same time, I don't expect the Bucks to lose in round 1. So I'll keep him for now, I guess. You know, eventually I could kind of change my mind on that. But for now, I guess he can stay safe and just kind of keep his job for the time being. And then eventually, you know, maybe we'll can him, because I think I'm going to make some moves this offseason. Obviously, I was relatively complacent last year. We have 21 and we also have 26. So we have 2 first-round picks we can maybe trade away on draft night. If we go around the league real quick, team intel, obviously, there's going to be some teams going to be interested. So Paul George from the Clippers is someone I was kind of looking at the trade deadline, and I was thinking, how would I be able to get to his money? You know, because the Clippers lost Kawhi, it looks like, so that could be interesting. I want to get someone here, so that's kind of, you know, what my ideal situation is. So if I got to see how much money I am away from, you know, maybe getting a guy like Paul George. So he's making 42 million. So I probably wouldn't be able to make this money up if we're completely honest with ourselves. If I traded, unless I traded like Chris Middleton, If I trade, okay, so TJ McConnell would be 13 million away. So maybe, just maybe, we could get to his money. We're honestly not that far off to maybe getting Paul George here. Maybe. Very, it's very far-fetched, but could be interesting nonetheless. So, number 21, obviously, we're going to go ahead and take someone in this draft. We have 2 picks. Let's go ahead and see what we can get at number 21. So, number 21, we're going to go ahead and select. We have Devin Askew, Avery Anderson. I mean, it really doesn't matter who we take because, honestly, these guys might get traded away, but we'll see. We also have a second-round pick, and we'll go ahead and take... I see Julian Strother on the board. I'm going to go ahead and take him, so let's go ahead and end on that. And just like that, we come out of the draft with a 75 and a 74. Player options, Connaughton accepts and Garrison Brooks accepts. So, wow, honestly, Jordan Nwora, DiVincenzo, both free agents. Honestly, free agency, obviously, is pretty... not that great. So, honestly, I might be able to get to Paul George's money right now. So, if I traded Brook Lopez, obviously, I'm gutting my bench by doing this, but, it'd just be kind of a crazy power move to do. So, and then we traded Garrison Brooks and then Connaughton's money or Brent Forbes money. I mean, it doesn't matter either way. Or we already did that. And then we'll trade a 2026 first. Obviously, this is not a great trade. Actually, it's a terrible trade. So never mind. That would just, that's a terrible trade. I was like trying to make that is just a terrible trade. Why would the Clippers do that? I'm not even going to do that. Never mind. So, I thought I was going to have some young pieces thrown in there, but I mean, I feel like the Clippers would probably want to get a lot more, for a guy who just scored 20. That's the career stats advance. 27 points per game for them? Yeah, that would be kind of... I almost did that trade, and I'm going to call this a realistic rebuild. Come on now. I got to definitely do better. So, I'm going to definitely look for someone, though. I don't know who it's going to be, but I want to look for someone that's going to just make this team better. It's not going to be Paul George, obviously, because that would have just been highway robbery. But let's go ahead and see if I can find something, maybe something out there that would help us out a lot. Kristaps Porzingis from the Dallas Mavericks. So we're going to be trading Brook Lopez, Allen Flanigan, Brandon Forbes, Connaughton, and 2026 first and Garrison Brooks. So basically you trade a 2026 first, Allen Flanigan, and Garrison Brooks for Kristaps Porzingis. So yeah, let's go ahead and send that trade over. Boom, just like that. Porzingis obviously is going to be a lot easier to get than Paul George would be. So that is going to make our starting 5 a lot more interesting with Porzingis joining the mix. It's going to definitely be the center down low, obviously next to Giannis. We kind of have an interesting front court there. Chris Middleton still at the small forward and Julian Strother the shooting guard right now. But of course, we'll get DiVincenzo back, and then we'll still have like a mid-level to use on someone. So just wanted to make a big move, and that was kind of the big move that we were able to make. So Drew Eubanks only wanting $2 million is kind of a steal. And then we'll also grab Daniel Tyus maybe out of free agency. So that could be our 2 big moves. Obviously, we're still going to wait on DiVincenzo to come back. Never mind, we cannot sign Drew Eubanks. That's unfortunate. But DiVincenzo wants a lot of money. 23 million to be exact. So we got Daniel Tyus though, so that's cool. So basically we got DiVincenzo back. We kind of have like an 8-man rotation right now, so it definitely would like better. Alex Caruso, could be an interesting free agent maybe, so we'll go ahead and sign him. And then what else we got? Probably not a whole lot else we could afford. There's Rodney Hood who we could sign, maybe be interesting here. And then there's Robin Lopez we could always bring to Milwaukee, definitely played here at one point. And then obviously wait on Jordan Nwora and DiVincenzo. Actually, Jordan Nwora is actually huge too. So he's a 77 overall, and he comes back, and DiVincenzo comes back as well. So we have Giannis, Porzingis, Middleton, Drew Holiday, DiVincenzo, TJ McConnell, Daniel Tyus, Jordan Nwora, Alex Caruso, Julian Strother, and Rodney Hood. So we have Drew Holiday, TJ McConnell, DiVincenzo, Julian Strother, Chris Middleton, Jordan Nwora, Giannis, Daniel Tyus, and then Kristaps Porzingis. So looking at the rotation, we got 1, 2, 3, 4-ish, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So honestly, we kind of have an interesting team going into this next year. So I'm excited, kind of interested to see how this is going to go, obviously. Obviously we kind of went crazy and got Porzingis, so that could be definitely detrimental to our team, or maybe it's going to help out a lot. I think it would help, but we'll see. So on top potential, throw it at Porzingis. Throw the other one at maybe DiVincenzo. We'll throw the last one at probably Julian Strother, because he's going to be probably an interesting part of the rotation. So power ranking lands us at number 2. Looking at our rotation, we have Drew Holiday, DiVincenzo, Middleton, Giannis, Porzingis, TJ McConnell, Daniel Tyus, Jordan Nwora, and Alex Caruso. So it looks like they want to start Alex Caruso, which is fine. I guess I could maybe move him to a backup shooting guard, and he can be a 76 overall. So that's cool with me. Proficiency wise, we're still at a 4.5 at balance, or at defense, I should say. So Probably gonna leave it at a defensive system and kind of just see how things go. Let's simulate season number 2 now that we got Porzingis here, and let's see how good this team's gonna be now after we made that big move this offseason. We want to be MVP goes to Trae Young. Chet Holmgren is your Rookie of the Year on the Toronto Raptors. Bol Bol is your 6th man, Giannis defensive player, and Jalen Green's your most improved, 30 points per game for that man. Wow. Mike Malone, Coach of the Year, and Kyle Harper. So here's your all-NBA first team. Giannis, LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, Luka, Trae Young. All-NBA second team, Cade Cunningham, Steph, KD, Jimmy Butler, Embiid. And here's your all-NBA third team, Dame, Jalen Green, Tatum, Zion, Nikola Vucevic. So all defense first team, obviously Giannis making it. So other than that, first seed in the East, feeling good, going up against the 8th seeded Cleveland Cavaliers, who do have themselves a 30-point per game score. So that's definitely a team we shouldn't be sleeping on. Jordan Nwora, okay, 14 points off the bench is definitely very nice, especially for a team that needs guys like this to step up and be big. So that's awesome. We're playing the Cleveland Cavaliers, like I said. So this could be a tough matchup, though. Someone in current round, and we are going to... I almost thought we were going to lose that, but thankfully we beat them in 7 games. We were up 3-1 at one point, and wow, that was scary. But hey, now we get to play the Magic. So they have a pretty good team themselves. So game 1, we're up 1-0, though. 30 points from Chris Middleton. Huge. Game 2, or I don't want to simcast it. Game 2, we're up 2-0. Game 3, they win, and game... Okay, so they even up the series. Let me run this to an 8-man rotation just because I kind of want to be safe here. 3-2 lead for us. Yes, and... Oh, game 7. Damn. Okay, so another game 7 in Milwaukee, though, so that's good. Can we please take care of business here and go to the NBA or East Conference Finals and then to the NBA Finals? So we do blow them out 121. Well, not blow them out, but we beat them by 10, 120-130. East Conference Finals going up against the New York Knicks of all teams, who have Sharif Cooper, James Bouknight, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, Isaiah Todd, Obi Toppin. So just a very young squad. Shout out to the Knicks for getting here with no superstars really. I mean, Julius Randle became a superstar himself in the regular season. The playoffs he kind of disappointed a little bit, but hey, I'll still give him his credit for what it's due. But game 1, we're up 1-0, start things off. 34 from Drew Holiday, 25, 24, 20, 19. There's not a whole lot you can do when your team is doing this, man. 109 and 152. Game 2, they even it up though, so they bounce back. This time it looks like Giannis was doing his thing, but it looks like Middleton and Drew Holiday kind of weren't that great. Game 3, we're up 2-1. Game 4, we're up 3-1. And game 5, we're on in the NBA Finals to play the Los Angeles Lakers, which is arguably maybe the one of the NBA Finals we would have gotten this year if it wasn't for the LeBron James AD injuries, but we'll see. Obviously there was the Kyrie injury as well, and the James Harden injury in the Brooklyn series. Or what? No, it's the James Harden injury, not the Kyrie injury. Okay. Game 1, we're up 1-0, start things off, 34, 13, and 7. Game 2, we're up 2-0. Game 3, wow, I didn't think we were actually going to sweep the Lakers, but we do. So we go ahead and win another championship here with the Milwaukee Bucks. Obviously, after getting Kristaps Porzingis, we had a very disappointing year to start things off, but after that, we made the big move, and we got Mr. Porzingis here to Milwaukee. So, honestly, Milwaukee Bucks look like they could maybe make a move this offseason, but it's definitely going to be, I feel like, probably a simplistic offseason. It's just going to be like trying to retain Bobby Portis, trying to convince him to come back. Obviously, to take that mid-level, just come back and play with the team you had success with. Maybe they'll make some other move where they trade Brook Lopez. I don't know. I don't think they'll do a whole lot, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they go crazy this offseason and make some more moves. Maybe they trade Drew Hall. No, they probably won't do that. But, they just won a championship. Obviously, congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks. Can't wait for the next season. Draft is next Thursday. So we have a huge offseason ahead of us for all NBA teams. But other than that, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this one. This was the last one of the offseason Realistic Rebuild series. So very successful series. But other than that, guys, this is Crushables. I'm saying peace.